My upbringing, it was a little bit rougher than I guess most kids experience. I had an older sister and a younger sister. My biological parents were never married. They both abused drugs and were abusive themselves. They weren't necessarily the best people. When I was about 8 years old, I actually got pulled into foster care because I kept showing up to school, beating up at everything, and that was causing some issues. I've done group homes, I've done foster homes, I've done adoption, I was homeless when I was a little kid. I've pretty much gone through the entire spectrum of what you can do, in foster care. But ultimately, I'd say they all ended up being, learning experiences in the end. When I turned 18, I ended up entering through the independent living program with Adreans children, which was great. I ended up having my worker, Amy. She was wonderful, helped me out with a lot of things, taught me a lot of stuff. Made sure that I was prepared to, handle everything on my own. My little sister, unfortunately, when she was like 13, because she didn't get taken into the foster care system, my mom had been staying with her boyfriend in their parents' house, but they burnt it down trying to cook meth in the garage. And so in their new place, I guess, her boyfriend had started this thing where he would tie up my little sister and then give her drugs and then rape her, and then she ended up having a kid when she was about 13. The little girl is with a nice family here in Phoenix and everything, so she's doing fine. My little sister still visits her and everything. And my little sister's strong. She didn't really get gifted with the weird intelligence that I have, but she's a strong strong character, and she handles herself well and everything. So it's kind of sad, but it's almost testimony to why organizations like this are so important, because unfortunately there are bad people like that out there. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I had people who cared about me and who wanted to help me out the whole way and kind of guide me along my path to success. But the truth is not everybody has that. Family, I'd say that family would be the people that you choose to keep in your life. Now, why you choose to keep them in your life probably changes from person to person. For me, the people that I consider my family, that I choose to keep closely in my direct circle, would be the people that support me, like my foster parent Jim, and like my friends and my professors, like I mentioned earlier, Professor Peters, who helped to get my interest into engineering and everything. It's the people that you choose to keep around you. You tend to build your own family as the years goes on. Well, honestly, the older kids are probably going to be where you're going to have a lot more of the issues, if I'm going to be honest. A lot of the older kids are going to be the ones who, have already had people try and give up on them. And so a lot of them are going to be a bit more jaded. They're going to feel like, everybody's just, playing a game with them, and that they're just part of a system, and that they're, just being, pushed through like a number through the system. You tend to feel like paperwork after a while, and it gets discouraging. And so my advice would be, to not give up on these kids, and to have hope for them, even if they don't have much for themselves, because they've had a lot of that taken away from them. But it's just because they don't understand that they still have so much opportunity ahead of them, that they don't understand that there's just so much out there for them. And so the best thing that I could say for parents who wanted to take in these older foster kids would just to be their biggest support, to be their #1 fan if they can, and to actually care. It's probably going to be hard, because at that point, if this kid is is going into your home, then they've already got years and years behind them of failed experiences with probably other foster homes, group homes, their own biological families, and all of that weighs really heavy on them. They're going to probably have issues trusting people at first, but obviously all of that can be worked through. It takes the time and the effort. You've got to want to make that connection. I honestly don't think if I hadn't had the people in my life who cared about me as much as they do, and who were trying to push me towards success as much as I have, and who didn't want to give up on me even when I wanted to give up on myself, I don't know if I'd be in the position I'm at right now. And I'm going to be doing incredible things with this world. I don't know if I could have done it on my own. So and you don't know which of these kids is going to be like that. You don't know which of these kids has the cure for cancer locked away in their brain, or is going to figure out how to stop world hunger or something. They just need a little bit of nurturing.